Everybody doing? This is Blue. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Um, just let's get this out the way. I'm not a professional, I'm not a therapist, psychologist. Everything I talk about is about from my experience, and advices I give is based off my experience. The only thing I do is read and do the things with life. I'm 37 years old, like I've said before. So today I'm actually working on a painting that I already started a long time ago, and I want to finish it because it kind of fits with what I want to talk about today. And it's about healing. You know, when you guys get the chance, go ahead and please subscribe and leave a comment. Any other topics you guys think that you want to hear, or any suggestions on anything you want to see, I'm open to it. I'm here for you guys. At the same time, I am here for me because this right here is therapy for me. Helping other people, that's part of my value, caring. I'm never going to stop talking about the values because that's the most important part. Like I said, my 5 top values are friendship, caring, commitment, mental health, and being amazing, trying to be a great father. Being a father is very important to me. So I hope you guys have the chance to work on your values, what you think, and let me know what your top 5 values are. Leave it in the comments. So, like I said, I'm working on this painting because it fits what I want to talk about. It's called about healing. Everybody heals different. Everybody deal with things differently. So I'm talking about my perspective, how I've been doing things, and what I needed to do to process certain situations. So right now I'm actually trying to figure out what else to add to this painting because I stopped it, and then I thought I was healed, and then things happened, and now here I am back to trying to heal again. But anyways, just to let you guys know, I've started a new book. It's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace, and a Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nedra Clover Tawwab. I can't pronounce her name. Actually came with I bought the workbook also, and this is actually helpful to talk. I'm only on page 34, so I started reading it yesterday. But it also talks about boundaries. Boundaries do help heal, and then there's certain things that you think that if you don't set boundaries, if you don't have boundaries and you don't challenge anybody, you think if you do challenge somebody, it's gonna make things go bad. In reality, no. People, even though you think people don't like to be challenged, but I think it just shows strength. And that's one flaw that I had in my previous relationship, the showing of strength. The time I said no to something or didn't agree with it, that's when I got tired of dealing with the upset stuff. So, anyways, healing, like I said already, healing is a process, and it's gonna take time, and I know it sucks, because especially if you lost somebody, death-wise, a relationship, that's still great. You're still grieving through all those things, and you still need to heal, especially depending how much you committed to these things and how close you were to that person that passed away. I read and seen a couple of things where it states that you're not missing the person. You're actually missing what they brought into you that filled a void. It's something that you needed. So for example, just say, I use me as an example. I wanted to feel loved. Well, my previous relationship, she showed me love in the beginning, and then things started going left and right. So after the breakup, I was empty. I'm going through an identity crisis. In fact, it's been 3 months. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. And that right there kind of led for me missing that aspect of it. The love part that I felt and received. That was really that's really what was truly missing. Was I physically her? No, it's more about the emotion that she gave me, which it was a void. So I started acting a little loony. Well, actions have reactions. So anyways, so now, like, I realize that in order to heal, you have to let go of what's bad, what's negative. And I think as of last night, I started letting go of things that don't value me, that don't fit into my values. And it's sad to say that in reality, no matter how much you put into something, if the person don't want it, and you're trying to force it on them, and then all of a sudden they're doing it because they feel obligated or forced, just know that that's not real. Because in a relationship or in a friendship in any way, it shouldn't be hard to build on it, if that makes sense. It shouldn't. Yes, do you fight for things? Absolutely. But when it comes to a relationship, friendship, in any kind of friendship, when you begin to beg for that love and fight for the love, and all of a sudden they didn't want it, and all of a sudden they just got tired of you, so they jump in to make it work. In reality, it wasn't done for love. It was done more for either convenience or just annoyed. But it's not really my point is, you shouldn't have to fight for love, or for somebody to care, or somebody to like you. It should happen either way, depending how long friendship and stuff, like that should be, if it means something, it should just happen. That's kind of the way I see it. And I've also seen where we try to force these things, and at one point, I was trying to force something that they didn't want me necessarily, because I wanted to fill that void. I wanted to feel that, those things. And so I was forcing things that, even if just say it happened, it's not legit, because it was being forced by me. So in reality, is it really genuinely something they wanted to do? It brings more questions. So in order for me to process those things, I had to let go. Now, it's not easy to let go of things, especially if you feel like you invested so much on something, especially if you're very anxious, you want to know what this person is doing and all those things. Yeah, that's understandable. It takes time. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, healing is a process. It's not something that happens overnight. Especially long relationships or investments, and it's not easy. It's easy for the person that cares for you to tell you, just walk away, or just do this, just do that. reality is not that easy. You're still dealing with that pain. You're still dealing with the insecurity. Um, some people become very depressed. I did. Um, I still deal with it right now. It's one of those things where you have to work through it. And time, and that's why this painting I'm doing, as you can see, it signifies all the craziness in this side going on. And then the clocks define, like, it's coming out of that craziness. And then this guy is walking out of the hands to this bigger clock, which is life. As you can see, there's a heart in the middle that's running this clock. As this person is walking away, the heart, I see that as life, because you look at time. Time is one thing you can never get back. That's time you cannot get back. And time is people, we care about time because, like I said, you can't get time back. And if you're wasting time, what's the purpose of certain things, So that's why I'm working on this painting, and I want to finish it because it signifies something. It signifies healing, pushing forward with time. Time you can't get back. That's one thing that you can't get back. Another thing that people don't realize, there's one thing that's always constant: pain. So what I mean by that is you can never avoid pain. And what I mean by pain is emotionally. I gave myself a rule one time that I will never promise that I won't hurt anybody, because that's an unrealistic promise. But pain is something that's part of life, and that's something that you have to learn how to deal with. Without a negative, you can't have a positive. Without a positive, you can't have a negative. It's just the way life is. And as you move forward in life, you're gonna deal with pain. That's something that you cannot avoid. Even the happiest person will always hurt, will always go through pain. Now, is there different levels of pain? Yes, I believe so. But pain is something that you just can't avoid. I don't care if you can't. Like, even if you're religious, God sent Jesus. Jesus went through pain. He suffered all these things for us. You look at all the different types of religion. There's pain in all of it. It's just, it sucks. It's part of life. The big thing is how do you deal with that pain? And what have I done to deal with my pain? In reality, I try to better myself, keep myself distracted. I mean, I came to a point where I was consumed with painting. I was consumed with alcohol. I was consumed with constantly thinking about stuff. Not death, not suicide or anything like that. I've said this before. But what was happening is that I was temporarily being healed, temporarily good when I got drunk. But in reality, I felt good at that moment because I was forgetting about it, But then all of a sudden, it's the next day you wake up, it's back. And that's the thing that we as humans always, and it's our minds. Our minds hate to be uncomfortable. They're always going to go back to what makes them comfortable. If you're going through pain, that means your mind is trying to figure out a way to get pain, and it tries to remember what made me feel good right now about that pain. And I think, me personally, I think that's how addiction really becomes a bigger thing. That's why I think a lot of people use drugs and alcohol it's to suppress. Well, not suppress, it's to get whatever they've gone through in their life, to forget about it. And it's sad because I learned that that's just temporary. And that's why, I just smoke weed. Well, weed is not even like that, but like, I just drank a whole bottle of liquor. I just sniffed some cocaine. Oh, I had an amazing time. I don't remember anything. But you wake up the next day and still feel that pain. You still going through those things. So properly healing is, for me, and this is what I believe properly healing is searching for yourself, finding yourself. Fill the void that was empty by you figuring out how do you do it on your own, which something I'm working on every day. How can I feel that love that I felt from this individual? What do I need to do for that? What makes me feel good? That's not temporary. Well, painting, talking to you guys. So I believe, like, I'm still in the process of healing. I won't deny that. I'm better than what I was a month ago. And I'm okay with that. It's a process. It's not going to go away. And, it's one of those things where you have to figure out you. You have to make yourself better and figure out who you are. I mean, some people I see going to the gym to make themselves feel better, make themselves look better. The gym is amazing. And then talking to therapists, talking to their friends, or finding a new hobby. Those are things that people do. And and it's gonna take time. In the long run, you're gonna be better for it. And healing is a process. And me being impatient, sometimes I hate it because I want to be good now. I want to be better now. Why is it taking so long? And those are questions that you're gonna ask yourself. Why am I going through this? I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. In reality, unless you're evil or bad, you're the cause of stuff. Instead of saying, what did you do? Why did this happen to you? Ask yourself, what can I do to better myself? What can I do? Because you have to take responsibilities for all the things, like in a relationship. You have to figure out what you did and how you can make it better for you. Or how, instead of trying to put all the blame on you, you can try to think like, okay, this wasn't my fault. It was situations that happened. What can I do to improve that? What can I do? Take some responsibility, because all relationship, friendships, and all that, it's not just one person. It's both. Both of you have certain needs that you didn't meet, and figuring out what were your needs that weren't met in that relationship. And that's why communication is very important. And if somebody really cares, they would talk to you and understand. Which is, when it comes to love and all those things, I think it's hard because you're thinking with emotions, you're not trying to logically think about things. Emotions are taking over. You'll say things and do things that really should have never happened. But the time healing is important. Work on yourself. Try to figure out what you're really missing. What was the need that you didn't have, regardless of what situation, to help you heal. Figure out, we're egotistic people. We're narcissists. Everything we make it is about ourselves. And if people say they don't, it's yeah, you may have a big heart, you care for people. But in reality, we do things for ourselves to make us feel better. And not subconsciously. You're not trying. I'm not saying you're gonna be harmed. I'm not saying that you're not a good person. Not at all. I'm not saying that at all. So I hope you guys don't take that the wrong way. I just think that when we come to terms, did we do that for us, or did we do that to make us look good or make us feel good? Those are questions I think you should ask yourself when you do anything. A lot of times people just do things. There's people out there that don't care about anybody but themselves, and they'll take anybody, they'll knock everybody out as long as they're good. And that's one thing that you have to learn that people are. So I recommend just sitting down, figure out, okay, don't blame yourself, because there's always 3 stories to everything. It's your story, their story, and the truth. And the truth always hurts. And that's why you don't hear the truth a lot, because it hurts. So just try to figure out, from your perspective, how can you improve? How can you make better? How can you find your needs to be met by you, not anybody else? Figure out, and that's what I'm doing right now, is figuring out boundaries. Because I go into things without boundaries, and because I'm always the yes person, or let me see what I can do, let me help you. And I think that's done just because that's my caring nature. At the same time, it makes me feel good, which is part of my need, I guess. But in reality, I am doing it for the person, to help them out, because I know they need it. I'm just a caring person, so I think that's really one of the things. But anyways, yeah, figure out yourself. I recommend that. Figure out what flaws you feel like you had, and work through them. Find ways to deal with your situation of a relationship or anything, and figuring out what exactly you did wrong and what you're not going to accept in the next time. Going off your values to determine what's right for you if they meet your values. So don't cut yourself short. I try to give somebody something and provide something that they, I guess, didn't respect or value me. Did I see some stuff that meant something that maybe there is? But I think, yeah, but when you convolute it with words and actions, what do you go off of? Actions or words? Actions. And follow your gut feelings. That's one thing I can say. I think through everything, my gut feeling has been right. Sometimes I don't speak on it because I rather not get into fights, but I know what I'm going through and I know what I sense. And those are things that you should also feel and realize that you're going through it. All right, so hopefully this video helps you out with any issues. And like I said, please subscribe, like if you enjoy stuff like this. Leave in the comments what you like to hear, or have any questions of me. Maybe I'll start my son gave me an idea to do a podcast once I got a good following, do some live stuff and answer questions from people, and but we'll see. So I hope you guys have a blessing day. Remember, not a professional or anything like that, so don't take what I say to like thinking that it's professional help. Just my life experience. Please subscribe, like. Hope to see you the next time. God bless. Peace.